I'm your host, Leron Brown. This is Let's Talk Money. My special guest is Gabrielle Taylor, founder of Women Gamers. Today, she will talk about her organization and video gaming licenses. With that said, I'm going to pass the mic to Gabrielle.
My name is Gabrielle Taylor. I am the proud owner and founder of Women's Gamers. Women's Gamers started out as I was just looking for people to play with. It started out with a rough game of GTA. So I just updated my Xbox One so I could play Assassin's Creed and GTA. And so I jumped in GTA, got online, was having a blast. And then I kept getting killed. So I was like, okay, let me see. Spawned in the same spot, got killed again. Okay, had to learn my way. So spawned in the same spot, didn't know any better, got killed again. I was like, it's got to be something better out here. I was like, okay, I know this person's waiting for me. Maybe if I duck, come in, hit a bunch of buttons, I can move. Soon as I spawned in, died again. I was like, okay, there's got to be other female gamers like me out here that play. And so I joined other gaming groups on Facebook to find other females like me that play. Found one was a very toxic environment. And then there's a stereotype with girl gamers that I didn't really stand behind. That's, of course, the controller and I'm happy and naked. And I was like, okay, I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. And that's how I created Women's Gamers.
All right. Could you talk about the licenses requirements to create that as far as holding tournaments and things of that nature? And what are your end goals with this organization you built?
Okay, so I just finished my class with licensing. Holding esports tournaments, I will say, is a lot. I completely underestimated what it really does or what it really is. It depends on the game that you're getting a license for. If it's mobile, PC, console, I just learned the biggest one right now is Nintendo. Nintendo just released the new guidelines for their tournaments, which is like Mario Kart, Super Brawl Brothers, those type of anybody can have a tournament. You can make a tournament. I found out with anything. Heck, I didn't know Sims can have a tournament. Don't I? That just shocked me, but was very interesting. Um, but it's pretty much an application. Some are free, some you might have to pay a little bit. But the thing with the licenses comes a certain requirement of things they want you to do or you can't do. So, like Nintendo, they want you have to tell how big of a esports event it's going to be. You can't, and then of course, it's not Nintendo partnered at all. They're just saying, hey, here's a game, you can use it, but you got to let us know. Then you also have to, this is where the money comes in. Nintendo doesn't give you the game for free. You have to actually go and buy those games for that tournament. They want to know, are you going to make money off of it? How much money? What they want to know every single pretty much thing when it comes to your event. So it just depends on the game that you want to use for your tournament because all licenses are different.
And say, for example, you do host a game tournament where you can make some money off of it. Uh, what information you have to give them, and are they taking a percentage share of your profits, or like how does that part work?
Okay, like I said, it depends on, I haven't run into that yet. I haven't learned that yet because I haven't hosted any tournaments yet. Um, do they want to profit? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm in school still learning that. Um, where you profit from would be the vendor sponsorship, not so much the event. Tickets mainly pay for, some of the costs, but it's your vendor sponsorship and your merchandise that you sell at the esports event.
Okay, so mostly like merch sales. And
Yep.
do you have like merchandise that people can go ahead and purchase?
I do. I'm still working on it, but it's not available yet.
Okay,
So
so how soon do you
stay
think that'll be?
tuned.
Uh, like, what's your timeline when it comes to
Um,
the market?
it may not be released until May of next year, until I graduate for school. I have a store up, but with the software that I've gotten with my school, I'm updating. I'm learning a lot. I'm also a content creator. So the Adobe suite, I have to say, is amazing.
Hmm. How did you come up with that logo you got back there, the Women's Gamers logo?
I actually had it done. I'm a visionary. I see things, but I really can't put it together. So I had hired someone to make it for me, and then it became that.
It looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And of course, you did all your legal trademarks on it and all that stuff.
Yep.
And I've heard somebody, you've that wasn't your original logo. One of your logos actually was taken from a company. Like they just kind of stole it from you. Could you tell us about that and how to
Yeah.
protect your assets when you create something like your organization?
Okay. So first and foremost, I had no idea. When I first created the group, I was just looking for people to play with. That's it. Didn't expect it was going to grow to 57,000 members in my Facebook group. So I actually made that logo and I didn't think it was going to be anything bigger. Well, another company, not going to say, got it. And during the time, because it takes a lot to copyright, I've learned I can copyright the logo, but not the name because it's still general. And so the company actually took my logo and was able to copyright it before I could. But this one is actually is.
Okay, that's good. So that won't be happening again, huh?
Mm-mm. Nope.
And for your organization, we understand that it's a safe space for women to play without any type of harassment. Tell me, how do you come up with your rules and regulations when joining your gaming organization?
Okay. So pretty much I want a safe space for female gamers and our wonderful, you know, like-minded female identifying community because it's tough being a gamer and it's become so much more than just a gaming community. I want to get into game development and of course esports, and I want to highlight all the female identifying women out there who are in the gaming industry that nobody knows about. I want to highlight them. That is my purpose and goal now.
When you go into tournament mode, like I know they have gaming tournaments that travel around the world, compete pretty much from a local to an international level to you know a world level, right? And they
Mhm.
host these tournaments. Do you want like a tournament in the gaming realm where you can get your click of five or your group of gamers that is a master of that game and go around and compete with the other leagues? Like, kind of what is your vision for, traveling tournament, or if you want to incorporate that in your organization?
What I want is I want like the WNBA. I want a female versus female league. I want tournaments where because a lot of leagues don't have a lot of female gamers. And then if there is female gamers, the first thing they do is attack the female to take her out so she can no longer play. So that's the first thing I want to do. I want to be able to hold a yearly esports event, if not every 6 months. But I'm going to start on the local level because I found out here that they do have schools that have esports. The school that I go to has an esports stadium, excuse me. So that is my goal right now, is just local events, just to get more knowledge and then just grow from there.
Okay, so Basically, you just want to get this all off the ground and running
Right.
in the simplest manner.
Yeah.
And do you see yourself maybe in the long distance future or when you got your female gaming, your woman gaming organization, competitive gaming organization integrating where you may have a woman team that's just competing with other teams, or do you just kind of keep it one of female only type of thing? Do you see any
Definitely,
type of
definitely. I would love to see more females because, of course, they're good out there. We got some really good females, even doing basic games like Madden that are killing it. I want to be able to back women enough and give them the empowerment to jump into the mainstream and compete in the main, championships all around the world. But right now they're scared to. They don't know how to. And I also want to, on the sidekick, I also want to help, you know, connect women to jobs because there's a lot of women who want to get into gaming industry with like game development, marketing. I want to have the tools in my networking to be able to show them or have like a job platform saying, hey, these are out here because a lot of females don't are scared or don't know how to get into the gaming industry because they're not well networked.
And so I also want to ask this. Are you also interested in actually creating your own video game? Like, would that be something for you anymore? Or are you just more along the lines of, hey, I'll play, sponsor the game and create tournaments of it? But, being in the game industry, have you thought about, hey, I have an idea of a video game I want to create. Let me just go ahead and get this popping. Let me write all that I need to write, digits, coding, everything, the graphics, and just create this.
I would love not so much develop a game, but I would love to make like the background. Like
Oh,
I'm the content, the creativity, the visionary. But actually,
okay.
the storyline for a game, I'm not that creative yet.
You just want to be the scenery.
Yes, I want to be the scenery.
Yeah, and so what games as of current games, because I can't tell what tomorrow may bring 10 years down the road, but from today's games, if you wanted to host a tournament, and what platform and what genre game would it be? Just go ahead and name off the game and the
Oh,
platform you would do it on.
that's an easy one. So of course I would run with the top. So that'd be Overwatch 2, Apex, Fortnite, and they still play Rocket League. That's a huge thing. Um, that would probably be my top. Let me think. Apex, Fortnite, Overwatch. Call of Duty would be one too.
Yeah, they said I got word that you was real sick on the sticks when it came to the Call of Duty though.
Who lied to you?
So I mean, that's what I heard. They was like, yo, when she get on the Call
Somebody
of Duty,
lied to you.
she's sick on the sticks. So you telling me my resources is giving me false information?
Yes, they
They was like,
are.
they was telling me when you was playing on the sticks on the Call of Duty, you was headshot. Drop this nuke. Like all
Ooh,
kinds of craziness. They
you
say you
need to
should have been
check.
in a tournament league yourself. Just
No, now you can meet me on the streets. That's a whole different story.
the streets.
Racing,
What do you mean? Oh, racing. Oh,
racing.
yeah. Well, you probably dominate me in that field anyway, because I'm not a good racing game. Not a
Yes, I'm a
racing game.
racer, but
No.
mm-mm. The
What
only way
about
I
like
get my headshots in is playing Sea of Thieves. Now there, I'm good, but any place else, nope.
what about like EA Sports games like UFC, boxing? Like, would you want to have like that on a
I
list of
would. I would definitely do Madden, and I would definitely do what is it, NBA, or is it?
okay,
I can't think of the basketball game.
NBA, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
would definitely do tournaments.
That
But
sounds
for my first start off, I would do those top three or four I named because they're hot and they're easy to manage. I'd even throw a fighting game in there, Mortal Kombat. Don't know which one yet. I might take it old school and do Armageddon, but
you want to throw Armageddon in there?
yep.
Yeah, a lot of the Mortal Kombat games that's still played now is 9, X, and 1.
Yeah, one just was released. I've
I know,
mixed.
but
I've heard
but you
mixed emotions on it.
but you can see, but you can like see a lot of people still play the 9X. No, it's 9X 11 in one. So they still play the last four uh
Mm-hmm.
the Mortal Kombat games, and they still, play it on a regular basis. Like, if you go to some of these streamers, they're going back to the Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11.
Yep.
So, it's good to know that those are still relevant. If you wanted to host a tournament, let's go back to Mortal Kombat 9. Let's see what you got. Let's see if
Mhm.
you can remember how to play this game. Because when you
Right.
play the next
It
one,
wasn't so
you play.
hard button wise. That's what it is.
I think for me, I think between 9, 11 started out to be very strict. Yeah, 11 definitely for me. When I had played Mortal Kombat 11, it was strict with the timing. It wasn't as
Mm-hmm.
forgiving as like Mortal Kombat 9.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be very precise with the timing, otherwise you drop in combos. And sometimes you drop it when it matters. It could be
Mm-hmm.
basically the win or the loss of the game. You drop it, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna lose. But in any case, is there anything else you want to share with the audience?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, then. I want to thank you for coming on the show with us today. Also, I would like to know, if I wanted to follow you, if the audience wanted to follow you, where would they do it? Or how can they follow you?
The best way to follow me, check out our website is womensgamers with a Z.com. And you can find us everywhere there, all the social links.
Thank you for coming on. I want to give a special thanks to our producer, Roger Brown. This is Let's Talk Money with Leron Brown and Rita Super. Until next time, say you can do it, believe you can do it, and do it. Thank you, Miss Gabrielle.
You're welcome.